All right, welcome to our first wrestling episode. We got the legend himself, Greg Will, on today.
No
Uh,
legend. No
Big
legend.
New Day fan. He's going to talk about him, and we're going to talk shit about him.
Yeah.
All right,
What do you want to talk about?
Start it off.
You guys have the questions,
yeah,
right?
Your podcast now.
What do you want me to talk? New Day. I mean,
We're
I
going
can
to
start
make
New
this
Day.
as awkward as possible for you. So
Okay. Sounds good.
now we'll jump in. So, all right, Greg, you want to talk about who your favorite wrestlers were growing up?
Oh my gosh.
'Cause
Well,
when did you start watching? Actually, is a better
man, it'd probably be around 7th or 8th grade. I didn't watch like religiously though, because my parents didn't have like, DirecTV or anything like that growing up. I just had cable, so I couldn't watch anything, which sucks now because like now they moved to Fox, and so it's like I could have watched it because cable TV has Fox now, but it's like now I'm in college.
Oh, what's that supposed to mean?
Yeah, I don't have any TV. I have like Disney Plus. That's what I got. But
we cable too.
I would watch. I mean, like you used to ride the same bus as me, so like we would talk about it here and there, and I would watch like YouTube or something about it. And I grew into liking Kofi Kingston and his fake Jamaican get up that he had back in the day. I just loved
accent.
Yeah, the Jamaican accent that he just like one day gave up.
Yeah.
It's one day he just started speaking normal.
They totally dropped that gimmick. I'm not sure why, but
yeah. Yeah, it was just that and like the pyro entrances. I just loved all that stuff. I don't know. He was SOS. I can't believe he's still at WWE.
Yeah,
like
for a long time. I mean, I'm not surprised that he's still there, but because he's a good wrestler. But
on the podcast, you'll admit he's a good wrestler. But off the podcast,
dude, I'm a huge Kofi Kingston. Were you upset when he joined the New Day? Because no one knew how good it was going to be. Like, it was kind of like Xavier Woods wasn't doing anything, and then Big E was pretty brand new.
See, and I thought that's what made it perfect is like this big, like one of the biggest superstars took these two people that haven't really like made a huge name for themselves. They weren't on the same level, and they just took it. And I was excited for it. I was like, oh, they're going to just do like something crazy with it all. So I was excited. I mean, there's certainly that uncertainty, but overall I was like, oh, this could be good. I always liked Big E because he was just a big dude, and now we're getting to see some actual wrestling from or some like more wrestling from him. So
yeah, it was like Big E too. You know, he played football at Iowa.
I did. It won't surprise anyone if you literally just Google a picture of him. They're like, oh yeah,
I know.
Football player.
His chest is like boobs almost. Like
yeah, I know it's all. Yeah, it's all muscle too. It's insane with him. So
yeah.
Greg,
favorites.
How much Kofi Kingston merch do you have?
How much Kofi Kingston merch do I have?
Yeah, well, you knew we were coming on the podcast. Why didn't you throw on your Kofi Mania shirt?
It's a
New Day shirt, isn't it?
It's just a New Day shirt. I got two of them. I got the Pancake Power one and the one he finally the Pancake Power one's ridiculous. Anyways, all my merch is at home, so I didn't get to wear any of it. Otherwise, I 100% would have been throwing on the blue.
You don't wear your New Day shirt to college parties?
No, I can't say it. Yeah,
you wouldn't.
Yeah, especially the Pancake Power that pays homage to them just throwing pancakes at the crowd members.
It's a good conversation starter.
Hey, what shirt is that? I've never seen that on anyone.
Sure, a bunch of girls would come up.
Yeah. Oh, you got the Pancake Power?
All right, cut me off. All right.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say, who are your favorites, but
my favorite. Well, let's get to yours.
All right.
Yours first. No. I'm interested.
My favorites were probably Rey Mysterio, and that's probably the biggest one. And then, because that's right around the era I was watching, and it was always cool seeing Edge and stuff. Like I know Rory had like Edge's action figure, and I think we all had a bunch of those just piled up, like the fake rings and acting it out. But probably my favorite. But now I'm kind of liking Miz just because he's so ridiculous that I enjoy it.
He's got an over the top personality. I remember I used to hate the Miz. I used to hate CM Punk. Now they're two of my favorites. I used to hate Edge because he was a good heel. But yeah, I was a big.
CM Punk when you liked CM Punk the most. That's when I started getting into this whole thing.
Really, so 2011 is when he turned face around there.
Probably, yeah.
Like the best in the world.
All we would talk about is when John Cena and him had that feud, and you'd always back up CM Punk, and I'd always back up John Cena. That's what I remember the most right there. That's what started everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was a huge Cena fan, huge Rey Mysterio fan. Always loved Randy Orton, even though he was a heel back in the day.
When did
Shawn Michaels? What's up?
When did John Cena come back for that Royal Rumble? What year was that? You know?
Oh, when he came back. Like,
yeah, he was number 30 or whatever.
He's like in the entrance stage like this.
Yeah.
I think that was 2008.
That was. That moment was insane.
I wasn't a fan back then though. Like I started watching like summer 2009.
That was like a YouTube clip that I looked up one day after, and I was like, this gave me chills, and I didn't even watch it live or anything.
Yeah, the Royal Rumble returns are always the best.
Yeah.
Especially last year. That was probably my favorite.
Unless they're cringe this year. Or like, I just like, I don't know. It's just they repeat the same thing, so it's not as like good anymore.
Yeah, I thought the Rumble, it was all right this year. Last year was a lot better. Lesnar just eliminating everyone, like 1 through like 10 until dropped him out. I think we got to talk about Logan Paul.
Yeah, I saw that, but I didn't fully get it.
That was such a random thing on the list.
I know, like, to talk about.
Well, yeah, it's like all this WWE stuff and Logan Paul.
No, Logan Paul is going to be at WrestleMania. That's the rumor. And he's
honestly, I could see it
down this Friday, and he's going to do like a segment with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Like I like Logan Paul. I'm a fan of him, but it's so random.
I can't say.
Well, I remember.
Go ahead.
A few years back, I think he was like backstage at Raw. Cause I remember seeing a video of him with like the Miz and everyone.
Oh, really?
But like nothing ever. I don't think he was ever actually on the show. But I feel like they like. Yeah, I'm almost not surprised that he's like coming back to it.
I mean, it's not surprising because they always try to get celebrities on during WrestleMania season, but it's just funny, like Logan Paul.
Yeah, it's definitely Greg. I was just gonna say it's definitely not a surprise like anymore. Like you got Rob Gronkowski who just made like a random spur. Like what was that? He came on and now he's signed another deal with Tampa Bay. So it's like
apparently he was signed to like a multi-year deal, and he was supposed to do a couple matches, but then they gave him the call.
Yeah. So like that happened. I mean, there's been. I'm definitely missing some in my mind, but yeah, like Bad Bunny's on it now.
Yeah,
it's just like
I feel like Bad Bunny. Like I didn't even know who he was before this, but I feel like he'll be pretty good with the Miz. Like their segments so far with Damian Priest and Miz and Morrison have been good so far.
But, superior 24/7 champ.
Oh my god, 24/7 champ. I was watching Saturday Night Live and he was the guest, like musical guest. And it was, like sitting on like the stage with the 24/7 championship, like his like knee.
Can you imagine if he did get like pinned though there, like like lost it
at SNL?
Yeah, that would be insane.
Miz comes out and pins him. That'd be so funny.
You guys think it's a skit? Nah.
What's up?
You think it's a skit? Nah.
No, it's
you actually just lost your title.
Yeah. No, you know what would be the best thing if like Pete Davidson came out and like, pinned Bad Bunny.
Just some kid that could like never wrestle, way too scrawny for anything. He just comes out there.
Colin Jost comes out. My God.
Aiden, real quick, do you think that they're trying to supplement with like celebrities more so than they normally do, since the main wrestling isn't as popular, like their roster and their storyline?
It's a news reporter question right there.
Maybe, but like they always have celebrities on. But I mean, I don't know.
That's certainly how it feels.
Hard to tell. But the one thing that's good this year is there's no part-timers. Lesnar's not there. They don't have John Cena coming back, which I like both those guys, but like it kind of takes away from like the active roster, like the younger guys. All right, here's a good question. What would your entrance theme be if you were a wrestler?
Oh, I saw that on there.
Oh yeah, I already sent this to you, didn't I?
Yeah. Something from Skillet came to mind. You like Skillet, I know that. I like Skillet. I have some of their music. I just that stuff would get me fired up right off the bat. I don't know what I'd do though.
yeah. What kind of character would you have?
Oh my gosh. I mean, like, I feel like I'm in an awkward middle ground where I'm not like a Big E type build where I'm like big enough to be like, oh, it's just another big man. But I'm also not skinny enough to be like, oh, he's a high flyer. Kind of in like a weird middle ground.
I could see you being like a Big E though. Like
a mini
put on
E.
some size and just have like a goofy personality, you know.
Yeah, I would be the fourth member of the New Day probably. That's my that's my type of wrestling right there.
Yeah. What do you think, Jacob? I don't know if I sent this to you, so I don't know if you know about this, but what theme?
Yeah, you sent it, but I feel like I'd want to go almost like a boxer walkout with like a robe. You know how they have like the robes, and just do like a nice slow trot to the ring, and just almost like have it just be like just me focusing on it. I mean, obviously it's scripted, so it's not like you actually have to get prepped up for it, but
right, yeah,
probably the vibe I'd go for.
Be like the
security coming out with you.
What do you say?
Would you have security coming out with you like they do in like MMA? And they do it.
Maybe I'd have
the security guards go down the entrance ramp.
I'd have a coach out right behind me, hyping me up. But
have Arn Anderson out there like Cody Rhodes does now.
Do the Brock Lesnar like shoulder shrugs.
Yeah, Brock Lesnar somehow your coach comes out.
Well, I remember Paul Heyman.
Paul Heyman would be the best manager. Oh my God. I don't know what theme song I'd have. I would probably do something like Skillet, some like hype, like rock song.
You seem to me like you'd do like something from Drake, you know, like Look Alive or something.
No, I don't know about that. I don't mind that song, but
I couldn't see anybody walking out to Drake.
No,
that's what I was getting at.
He doesn't make like super hype songs like that. Like he makes good songs, but
it's like mellow beats, John.
Yeah, they're all pretty chill.
And I feel like you'd probably be the guy who like sings his own. Just like writes it himself.
I come out like R-Truth.
What's up? What's up?
Yeah, I don't know about that one. Not the best. Not very musically inclined. Have you guys been watching any AEW at all, or just the clips that I've sent?
Probably just the clips you sent.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I don't
we're
really
just.
have any like.
I'm sorry, we're just gonna have to end the podcast right here.
Oh yeah.
You guys aren't fans, so
See ya.
yeah, see ya.
Yeah, probably just head out. See you, man.
Come on, guys. What are you doing?
Dude, AEW is definitely.
I don't.
AEW definitely
Okay.
dang straight. You let me go first. AEW is definitely like gonna take over if it hasn't already.
It hasn't. They've got a long way to go, but like ratings wise, they're beating NXT every single week. To
It's
the
just
point that what's up?
it's just like people miss that whole rated R like viewing like experience. So it's like people just want that more than anything.
It's not even that it's like that hardcore, but it's like it's TV 14. It makes a big difference, and they like all the wrestlers have creative freedom, which is like very obvious. You watch like sometimes I can't even watch Monday Night Raw. Like I probably watch it like maybe once or twice a month now, and usually all this like what happen. Yeah, like same with SmackDown, but like I never miss AEW, and I try not to miss NXT. But it's so obvious, just like the scripted promos. It's like he wouldn't say that shit. Like who wrote this?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, you guys should definitely start watching it because it's not like taking over WWE, but it's like a good alternative, you know?
Yeah.
WWE is fucking huge. Like, if they ever want to take that over, it's going to be a long time. And I don't even think that's the goal right now.
Yeah, I agree. What about like your favorite moment ever that you've ever seen? Like what moment did you just like you were watching and you're like, holy shit, that just happened?
This is a big one that I forgot to talk about with childhood memory with Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy, Rey Mysterio, and John Cena probably all got me into it. I think one of the first things I saw, maybe like the third week that I was watching Raw, was Jeff Hardy jump off of honestly, I might have just seen a YouTube clip of it from like the year before because I think it was 2008. But Jeff Hardy jumping off of the entrance, like the entrance set onto Randy Orton. Did you guys ever see that?
I think I've seen that.
It like was 30 feet up.
Yeah. Like, did he do his God, what's his finisher? I can't even think of
Swanton bomb.
Yeah, I was gonna Did he do the Swanton?
Yeah,
he does 30 feet.
And then it's almost into like this like dumpster. I mean, obviously
I think I remember that. Yeah.
It was a really cool moment. I saw that and I was like, what? No, like I thought they were like gonna die.
Yeah, it's some of those heights that they jump from. It's just like there better be some crazy cushioning. Oh my word,
there is, but you'd be surprised.
Yeah, like, I'm sure I would. I wouldn't even want to try it.
Especially the bump that Shane McMahon took at WrestleMania like 32 against Undertaker. You ever see that when he jumps off the steel cage?
Yeah, I see that.
Insane. It's actually insane. Did you guys see that Chris Jericho's group is pretty much like face now, like they're good guys? MJF, I think I sent you that clip. MJF like turned on him. Now MJF has this group called the Pinnacle. Did you see that?
With who?
Well, do you remember Revival from WWE?
Yeah.
God Dawson and Cash Wheeler at the time it was. But now they've been in AEW for the past year. So it's Wardlow and MJF and then FTR. It used to be Fuck the Revival, but now they just call themselves FTR. Yeah, that's what the Young Bucks call. But FTR, Wardlow, MJF, and then Sean Spears, who used to be Ty Dillinger in WWE, if you remember that.
I don't think I remember him.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna stop the podcast again. So. No, I was kidding. But and then told manager. But anyway, it's cool that Yeah, I was just gonna say it's cool. Chris Jericho's a good guy now because he's always been really funny, and like he's funny as a heel too. But
Yeah, other
good content with him as a face.
I'm pretty sure the only reason I liked him as a kid was his flashy jacket that he would always wear on his entrances.
Oh, the light up one.
Yeah, and like I don't know, I just liked his theme song. I thought he was a decent wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
definitely.
And the whole list with Kevin Owens and stuff.
That's like prime Jericho. I feel like all his fans would agree. That's like the prime of his. Maybe not wrestling wise. Well, he's still good, but like just career wise, that was like his prime. The list of Jericho is so funny with Kevin Owens. Did you ever see that, Jacob?
I don't think so.
How have you not seen
I know my memory of like wrestling is really spotty from what I watched.
I can remember you joking about it being like, you just made the list.
Yeah.
I feel like you started that.
Okay, yeah. I knew
That's
that.
what we're talking about.
Yeah. That clip. Yeah.
Yeah, that was like 2016, 2017. But yeah, I still say that shit. Like,
Yeah.
You know what?
You just made the list. It's so stupid, but it's so funny.
It's probably my second favorite wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
Kofi. Just love it.
Well, Greg, before you get too carried away, don't forget about Ziggler. I know you're a big fan.
Yeah.
Freaking noodle hair.
We have to convince Carter to come on here and talk about Dolph Ziggler.
What would he talk about?
That's just someone that, like, he doesn't even watch, but that's someone that he to be his favorite. That's like, it's like
why do you pick him?
And like, I'm a Bears fan now. Like,
yeah.
That's the funny part.
It's like we could definitely convince him that like Dolph has done something like absolutely insane. He'd be like, "Yeah, I remember that." Or something.
No, but he's just fucking around. He's smart enough to not really even care, you know.
Yeah, that's true. He'd be like,
All right, let's turn this to the negative side.
No.
Least favorite wrestlers.
Least favorite wrestlers?
I'm going to throw mine up. Nia Jax is my across the whole roster, men and women. I guess, yeah, let's narrow it down to WWE. Because I don't think you guys know many people outside of WWE, so.
Not many AEW. Most, like, ever?
Yeah.
Ever. Gosh. Well, like I said, when we first started watching it, it was John Cena versus CM Punk. Mm-hmm. And I was on the John Cena side of that. So at the time when I first started watching, CM Punk was like my most hated just ever. But I can actually respect his wrestling now that I'm a bit older. So I need to think of someone else. Gosh.
Yeah, he was a great heel. I hated him at that time too.
Oh, probably. Oh, what's his name?
Corbin?
No, that's King Corbin to you. It's King Corbin.
Stop.
The dude that either Hornswoggle is one of them.
What? I don't like him.
He's not a wrestler.
Yeah, he is.
He's a joke. He's a joke.
Oh, he's a beast.
He's not actually a leprechaun.
I know. I know, but
he was in D-Generation X.
I love DX. Yeah, he was in DX. He joined DX.
He's just not. I don't know. Three people come to mind, and Hornswoggle was one of them, just because he never like actually wrestled. It's just. It was just like a waste of my time. And I just didn't like it that much.
You need the characters that do that.
One that hates on Hornswoggle.
He's a waste of time.
I used to
wrestle
when he'd come on the screen when I was little.
Yeah, he literally carried the show more than some of it.
That is so cap.
Yeah, he carried.
He was WWE champ for 10 years in a row.
Yeah, he was undefeated as WWE champ.
One dude I liked, but he's kind of pointless. I feel like from what I remember was I think his name is like Santino something.
Oh my god!
He did the Cobra or whatever.
That was one of the other three. The guy that yeah, that was the dumbest thing. And then, do you remember the match where he did that and then someone started playing like the flute from outside of the ring? Dude, I could find a video. I promise you.
Yeah, you'll have to send it. Does it control the camera?
Yeah.
Oh,
the snake whisperer.
Yeah. So he summoned it or whatever, and then he started playing the flute, and he hit himself, and he knocked himself out. I'll find the video if you don't remember.
There's a video of I don't know if you guys remember. You remember Crime Time? Shad Gaspard.
Yeah.
Shad Gaspard actually died not that long ago, so that's sad. But
way to kill him. That was a vibe kill.
I'm sorry, but he was really good though.
It's all good.
But ATG was like on his way out of the company, and he was facing Santino on like Superstars or something like that. And so it was a show that no one was really watching. And he took the Cobra, and he took it like after it hit his neck, he went
like made him seize.
Apparently Vince was like super pissed about it, but he was like on his way out anyway. So
best move ever.
The Cobra, it's like, how do they like draft that? They're like, yeah, he needs a finisher.
All right.
Well, the Cobra is like up for grabs.
yeah, the Cobra's up for grabs. That's funny.
Dude, you sure you want this? Yeah. I want it.
Yeah, I don't think that was. I feel like they came up with that move. I've never seen anything like that. Besides, like Mick Foley used to do like the mandible claw. It was like he called it the mandible claw, but then he'd put a sock over it.
Yeah,
Sacco, like Mr. Sacco, and then he'd like put it in their mouth. Like that was his finisher. He put the dirty sock in their mouth.
Hey, we're out of moves. Can you come up with something? Yeah, how about I just stuff a sock in their mouth? Yeah. Okay, whatever.
You're like, that's it. That's
actually pretty good.
It's better than the stunner. That's better than the rock bottom.
All right. You ready for I feel like this is going to be controversial. The third and like final wrestler that I like just hated.
Wait, Jacob said Santino.
He's on my list too. So, he's on my list too.
He's on your list too?
Yeah. Jacob read my mind. The last one would be Gold Dust.
I'm neutral on Gold Dust.
I couldn't stand how he was old and he was just still wrestling, and he wore this weird gold suit. And it's just like,
all right, he is old, but he used to be Dustin Rhodes. He used to be just a normal wrestler, and then he got to WWF at the time, and they gave him that gimmick. Like, he did the best that he could with it, you know.
Yeah, I remember. I feel like we've had this conversation before too.
Yeah, but what's up?
Go ahead.
Well, him and his brother Cody put on a 5-star match at, I think it was Double or Nothing, like 2019, like the first time that they did Double or Nothing.
And I've known, I know Gold Dust. I've known he used, like, before he was Gold Dust, he was doing like crazy things, or like he actually. He was good. He was actually like considered like, he was a wrestler people could like get with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know,
really crazy good. But...
I over exaggerated. Like, it was just a wrestler that people could get behind. But then when I finally came to watch, it was like he's Gold Dust, and I just couldn't get behind him.
Yeah, I mean, when I first started watching, I was like, "What is happening?" Like, who is this? But then I don't know. He grew on me. At first, I didn't like R-Truth, which is weird. It's like he's probably the funniest guy on Raw right now.
He's pretty funny.
When I was little, I
remember. I feel like he wasn't as much as like a star back in the day. Like, I feel like they've given him a lot more opportunities now.
they have, but like he's a total comedy act now. Like he's like lower.
Yeah, that's fair.
Lower mid card. Like the reason I didn't like him because he was doing like the what's up stuff and everything, and I thought okay. But then like 2011, he turned heel and he's feuding with John Cena. Do you remember that when he got like soda thrown on him by someone in the crowd?
Oh my gosh!
So he was like capital punch in 2011, but he actually got a WWE Championship match against Cena.
I feel like I remember him being actually like pretty good at the start of his career. It's like he was a wrestler that was like, okay, like he's not like a main like huge dude, but like if he wrestles, it's like there's a chance he could win.
Right, yeah.
And like some of his moves were like good too. It was just kind of fun to watch. I remember that. And then now he's just turned.
He's still a good wrestler. Like when he went to TNA, they gave him the NWA championship. But
yeah, and the 24-hour one too.
I think he was the first black NWA champion, which is cool. But
it's pretty cool.
All right, we did least favorite. Wait, I gotta say mine. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, you gotta come up with your least favorite. You can't choose something on the board.
I said Nia Jax. I just don't like her because she's like unsafe. But well, she really is. She's injured.
I know.
Really, she injured. Oh fuck. I don't know. I'll come back to that. But
I know she broke through that glass at Elimination Chamber.
that was gimmicked, but that was fun. No, best. My favorite Nia Jax moment is when she entered the Royal Rumble, and the men's Royal Rumble, and she got hit with a 619 from Mysterio, I think a super kick from Ziggler, and then an RKO from Randy Orton, and then they eliminated her. That's my favorite Nia Jax moment.
So in a way, she's your favorite because like all that just happened to her.
Yep. But I don't know. Least favorite. I feel like CM Punk was the one that I hated the most. Just because he was a heel. I mean,
you hated
nothing. I hated him back in the day, yeah.
You loved you ended up loving his GTS and all that stuff.
Well, I hated him when he was straight edge. Well, he still was straight edge, but when he was doing the straight edge society.
Yeah.
He was like cutting people's hair off. Like he was like
yeah, I remember that.
Like the crowd, like everyone who drinks is like a bad person. And he was feuding with Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
And the main reason I didn't like him, it was in storyline, he was the reason why Jeff Hardy quit WWE.
Oh, really?
He like made him quit.
Really?
But yeah.
Well, they had that match, didn't they? Yeah, they steel cage match.
Yeah, they had the steel cage match on SmackDown. It was like loser leaves WWE.
Yeah.
And Jeff lost. It's heartbroken.
I think that was a big match for SmackDown because I remember watching that. But I feel like that'd be like a rare occurrence now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want to say that's like prime SmackDown, but I think it was also just because we were little kids, you know.
Yeah.
Like wrestling is always better when you're a little kid.
True.
But
and then you turn 20 and you still talk about it. So.
And yeah, then you turn 20 and start a podcast about it.
Dedicate a whole episode to it.
A whole episode talking about wrestling. Then you waste your money on flags, t-shirts. But all right, let's talk about favorite wrestlers, all time or current. I know Greg's gonna be New Day.
Well, yeah, just that entire group.
What do you think about Big E going solo on SmackDown? I mean, he's Intercontinental Champion. That's good.
Yeah, he's definitely like out of all the New Day members that like I've seen Kofi go on a solo adventure basically, and I feel no offense to Xavier, but the next in line I wanted to see go on a solo run was Big E, and now he's finally getting that. So like I'm pretty happy. It sucks that he's not like always with them, but I mean, it'll just make it when they're
together. But
it'll make it when they actually do like get together again. It'll just make it that much better. Honestly.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like they needed time apart, but they should never have turned on each other. Because that's always what they do in wrestling. Like they always have to like be rivals, break up a tag team. But that's not New Day's vibe. Like I don't want heels ever again. You know.
Yeah, it's just like they're a forever face group. It feels like.
Mm-hmm. But honestly, you said the thing about like world titles and solos. I don't want to see Xavier Woods as
no.
So I like him. But...
No. The only thing I've noticed about him is he's like the guy they'll send in to take all the hits, because he's like the youngest and like he's more like flexible and athletic than anybody else in my opinion in that group now because he's just the youngest, and so he'll sell things really well and he'll take big hits and he'll stay in there. Mm-hmm. But he can't.
I just think he definitely is the most likely to take bumps. I don't know. He's just I don't think he's I mean you can book anyone to be a world champion, but I don't think he's world champion material.
Wow.
Mid-card title.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Continental or United States, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I see him on the same level as like R-Truth, you know?
I'd probably agree.
I wouldn't be mad if R-Truth ever became like a serious wrestler, but I see him on the same like comedy level, you know?
Yeah. No, I get that vibe from him too.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Jacob? Who's your favorite wrestlers right now? Well, I guess you can finish, Greg. You just said something about New Day.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'll need time to think of other favorites. I feel like we can't have the podcast without talking about Stone Cold. That's a good one.
That Guild told me like not that long ago that Stone Cold's his favorite of all time.
He's nuts. It's just the stuff he'd do.
Mm-hmm.
It's just I'd give anything to have that again.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I grew up in late 90s when WCW was feuding WWF. That was like prime wrestling.
I wasn't born. I didn't get into it when he was still like big, but just like the people tossing him beers from out of nowhere and him just cracking them open, smashing people on cars and stuff. It's just, God, I wish I could have seen that.
I know. That's kind of the vibe that AEW is trying to bring back. Like, there always has been, like, TV-14 kind of, like, wrestling out there, like, as opposed to WWE. But it's nice that it's not a PG product. Because I feel like most people our age, they think of WWE, they think, like, oh, it's a kid's show. Yeah. And a lot of it is geared towards kids, but, like, they also, like, this is crazy. The main demographic, so, like, the main, like, fan base for AEW right now is, like, I think it's 18 through 30. Like, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
And I think, like, the most people watching right now is, like, 50-year-olds. Which is insane.
That's my goal.
Yeah.
Still be watching.
Still be doing this podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, so when's
completely wrong, but that's what I heard.
When's episode 300 about WWE? Man?
Yeah,
I want to be on it.
We're gonna be talking about some other company by then.
Yeah, frick, dude.
Nah, I bet WWE will still be around, but I'm going on tangents here. You can keep going.
Hey, that's what makes a good podcast, right?
Do you think, Aiden, is that still your goal to work for WWE? You think you'll try to go to like a different company?
I would love to work for WWE, but it's like, I don't know. I would never say no to them, you know?
Yeah.
But if I had to choose, I'd go to AEW. It's just so much more like less corporate feel, I guess, you know? Like, obviously, I've never been there, but I just feel like it's a lot more easy to get your ideas, like, moved up the chain and stuff like that if I want to be a writer. In WWE, it'd kind of be like I'd always want to work there, but it would be kind of hard to be a new writer and get your ideas passed. Is kind of what my thought would be.
Yeah.
Kind of hard.
Put a twist on it. 3 times out of the week, you have to have one-on-one sessions with Nia Jax. Just explaining to her your writing process. But you could go to.
She's
you have
telling
to pitch
you
her.
how to write for her.
No. You can write whatever you want, but 3 days out of the week, you have to go to her and just like pitch your ideas to her to see what she thinks.
Dude, I'd be fine with that. Like, she needs more. She needs more training. Like, obviously, accidents happen in wrestling, but I think every fan would agree that she's unsafe. Like, I would take her. I'd put her in the performance center, make her train more for like 2 years, and I'd bring her back and I'd book her to be an actually like monster, you know. I don't hate her. Like she could be a really good wrestler, but now she's with Shayna Baszler, who could be really good. And all they're doing is like women's tag team stuff, and they're running around with I don't even want to try to say his name because I don't even know it. But it's pretty much this manager who was on SmackDown. But it's just a comedy thing. Like, they should be monster heels, in my opinion.
Yeah, gotcha.
What were we talking about?
There's like other favorites we had. I think JP's got an answer.
Yeah. I guess probably one of my biggest favorites. I really like Randy Orton back in the day. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like now he's almost like phasing out, like he's not as prominent. But it's always like, whenever we're watching it, it's always fun to see him. I don't know, I like The Miz because his gimmicks are just really dumb, like with the awesome chant and all that.
My hand goes up, your mouth goes shut.
When he gets eliminated from the Royal Rumble, that crowd member is like, awesome! Yeah. He's like mocking him. Like the perfect mocking of his.
No, wasn't that when Shane McMahon like turned on him?
Yeah. I think it was actually. I think it was.
They had just lost the tag titles, so I think the Usos. Then Shane McMahon out of nowhere clothesline. What were you saying, Joe?
Yeah. I love that they like brought his dad on and all this stuff. Just like all these really dumb gimmicks. I feel like just. I don't know, part of it was just funny. Yeah. Otherwise, like I really like Rey Mysterio back in the day, but I guess I'm most familiar with like that era. So that's where a lot of my like knowledge and favorites come from.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too. I was a huge Cena fan. Rey Mysterio, Jeff Hardy. Loved DX. They're probably my favorite group of all time. They're Triple H, Shawn Michaels. Yeah, they're awesome. I was a big Undertaker and Kane fan.
I was going to bring up Kane.
Yeah, Kane he took a while for me to like him.
Yeah.
He was always a heel when I was watching. But then him and Daniel Bryan, you remember the anger management thing that they that was like one of the best angles, like storylines.
You could never beat a good choke slam from one of those two. Oh my gosh. It just hypes you up. It's like they all do these like crazy moves, and it's something as simple as just slam.
Yeah, you're right about that. It's such a simple but
effective move.
Yeah.
It's like, dang. You just got rocked. And there's their bodies just hitting the mat. It's just like, oh my God.
Yeah, for sure.
Insane.
Yeah, they're always good. I wish we could have seen more tagging with them. Brothers of Destruction, Kane and Undertaker. But yeah, I was a huge DX fan. I always liked the high flyers, but maybe not more than like the big guys. I don't know. Like I remember liking like Evan Bourne, and he was never like a big guy he was never like a main event guy. He was like lower mid card WWE, but now he's in AEW.
Really? I couldn't even tell you who that is. Not gonna lie to
really?
you. Yeah, I don't think I remember Evan Bourne.
He used to do like the shooting star. It's like a gainer.
Oh man. I'm about to look this up.
Yeah, look him up. Yeah, he wrestles as Matt Seidel now.
What was his last name?
Evan Bourne.
Oh yeah, no, I actually, I can put his name to his face. Yeah, that was definitely a lower card, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a Matt Seidel. Matt Seidel to you, actually.
Yeah. Now he's Matt Seidel. I think he wrestled as that before WWE. It's so weird how WWE does it. Like, all these guys have like their indie names, like that they wrestle everywhere else, and then they join WWE and they have to like make their own name. Like Eli Drake, I don't know if you guys know him, but he just joined NXT not that long ago, and now he's LA Knight. Like
the hockey team? Like the hockey team? It's
does.
literally LA Knights.
Is that a team?
Yes, that's literally a hockey team. The LA Golden Knights is a hockey team.
Like, why can't they keep Eli Drake? Like, it's fine.
Normal, like names just.
Yeah, I don't like how they do that. And like when Kevin Nash and Scott Hall joined, they turned them to Diesel and Razor Ramon. Like, they always try to like do something new with their characters. I guess Razor Ramon is pretty cool, but
yeah.
All right, should we do WrestleMania predictions?
Yeah.
WrestleMania predictions. What are we predicting here?
WrestleMania. I'm gonna go through
WrestleMania
big matches of the WrestleMania card, and we'll just say who we want to win. All right, so Kevin Owens. I don't even know if this is the first match, but Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. It's probably Logan Paul is probably going to be the guest referee.
The guest referee.
Yeah. Who are we thinking here? I'm going for
Sami Zayn. Logan Paul's gonna help him out.
What'd you say, Eden?
I'm going for Kevin Owens.
I think I saw a video of Kevin Owens beating the crap out of Sami Zayn. So I feel like it'll be one of those like, oh, he beat the crap out of him. Now I'll beat him at WrestleMania. I'll go Sami Zayn.
Maybe, yeah. Sami Zayn. Here's what's probably gonna happen because Logan Paul's like beefing with Sami Zayn. He's probably gonna turn on.
I thought it was all the way around.
Just like they did with Mike Tyson and Stone Cold versus Shawn Michaels. But
still taking my boy Sami.
So what are you saying, Jacob?
I said, well, it depends. I thought Sami and Logan were on the same page. I thought.
You took Sami though. So I mean.
Yeah. I mean, I did.
Yeah, you said what you said.
Okay. Yeah.
Are you going for Sami or KO?
Yeah. I said Sami.
Not a huge fan of KO either, so go Sami.
I'm gonna actually I didn't hear that one. Big E versus Apollo Crews.
Big E.
I'm going for Big E.
Yeah, I'll go Big E. I don't know who Apollo is.
Apollo, he was face, and now he's turned heel. One with the scarf.
I don't know him at all.
Cesaro versus Seth Rollins. I love Rollins. He's definitely one of my favorites. And I really like Cesaro, but I feel like Cesaro will win.
I'm going to take Cesaro.
Yeah, I'll do it just so we can see the Cesaro swing.
Mm-hmm. All right, Shane McMahon versus Braun Strowman. It got changed to, it got made official this past Monday, but now it's a steel cage match.
Braun, easy.
I'm gonna go for Braun.
Braun.
I feel like Shane gets too many upset victories, so we're gonna give it to Braun. Bad Bunny versus The Miz.
Bad Bunny.
This is gonna be This is gonna be The Miz. This is gonna take it for Bad Bunny, and Bad Bunny's gonna go back to singing or whatever. That's my prediction. This is a way to get rid of him. No, I'm taking Miz.
I'm gonna go Bad Bunny.
If Miz loses, his career is a joke. His career is just a big joke if he loses.
No, him losing the WWE Championship after a week was a joke. I don't know who booked that one, but they just wanted to get the title on Bobby. I'm going to go with Bad Bunny winning. I don't want him to win, but
It'll probably what's happening.
This match came out of nowhere. They haven't done anything with Asuka for a long time. But Raw Women's Championship, Asuka versus Rhea Ripley. I really don't even care. Like, they're both good, but
Asuka probably for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Asuka because Rhea Ripley just debuted like a week ago. I don't think she'd win the title that fast. The Fiend versus Randy Orton. I'm hyped for this one.
I mean, they make the Fiend stupidly OP. The Fiend is the most OP character WWE has ever seen.
Yeah.
Easily. So I'm going to take
him versus Seth Rollins in that Hell in a Cell match. Oh my god.
Him versus
and Goldberg beat him with like 3 spears. God.
He's dropped off now, but I mean,
well, Orton like burned him alive at TLC. He hasn't been seen since. Burned him alive.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jacob? Fiend or?
I'm gonna go Orton. Just because I'm a fan.
Yeah, I chose Cena when I was a fan, and he got bodied. So.
It'll work this time.
New Day versus AJ and Omos.
Not even a question.
I don't even care about this one. I mean, I like AJ a lot. Always have. He's probably my favorite in TNA. I like New Day, but they just wanted to get AJ on the card. Let's be honest.
New Day. I'm going New Day. Of course.
Yeah, I'm gonna go New Day.
Yes,
Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair. I'm hyped for this one. SmackDown Women's Championship. Bianca won the Women's Royal Rumble.
I think Banks won.
I'm gonna go Banks. Just got no more.
Banks has had the title since she beat Bayley, so like SummerSlam around there.
I think she'll pull it.
I'm so hyped for this one. Drew McIntyre versus WWE Champion Bobby Lashley. This could go either or both ways. It might try to get Drew his like victory for the WWE Championship with the fans there, or Bobby might be dominant for a little bit more.
I think I'm gonna go with Bobby on this one. I think it's too soon to
predict this one. I don't want like
you have to.
Yeah.
Bobby's gonna retain.
It seems like he was always losing. Now it seems like he's winning.
Bobby?
Yeah, like back in the 2 years ago, it was just like he'd lose every time.
He was like a main card that would lose.
They took him a long time for him to get to the main event picture.
I think they're gonna leave him up there for a little while longer.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm gonna go with Bobby, but I'd love to see either way. Then this has been a weird build up to this match. Edge versus Roman Reigns versus Bryan. Like, I love that Daniel Bryan's in the main event, but they didn't need to add him in there. He's been losing. He lost to Cesaro on SmackDown. He lost to Shinsuke Nakamura. He lost to Jey Uso. Like how
did he end up on the?
I mean, he got screwed over at Fastlane. Is why they're giving him the title match. But I don't know who wins this. Roman Reigns has had such a good run with the title, and I love Edge. I'd love to see him win, but now he's a heel. They turned him like. I don't know. I don't want Edge to win this.
I'm gonna go. I'll go Daniel Bryan.
I'm kind of thinking that too. Either Roman or Daniel.
Yeah, I think they're gonna do the whole thing where it's like, oh, it doesn't seem like he's winning anything, and then all of a sudden he wins this big ass. Yeah.
Maybe. I just wish Edge was a face. I'd put my vote for Edge, but I don't want him to win it now. The spear versus the running knee.
Yeah, honestly.
What do you think, Jacob?
I'm gonna go over Reigns, but I'd prefer if Daniel Bryan won.
Used to hate Daniel.
That was good. But... All right, that was it. I'm gonna go for Daniel.
Go Daniel.
Right. Good episode. Good first wrestling one.